Hello friends, what's up? Welcome to my channel and welcome to this very impromptu video. I just got off of work and I needed to stop by Barnes & Noble because I have a few books to pick up for a buddy read that I'm doing, and when I went shopping for books for my birthday the other week, there were a few books on my list that weren't there, so I'm gonna try and find them at this Barnes & Noble. So I thought I'd bring you along for a very impromptu, probably very short shopping vlog, but these are some of my favorite to film and I think some of y'all's favorite to watch. First, I'm actually gonna go get a drink, maybe some tea from Starbucks, and then we'll go looking for those books. I've actually never been to this Barnes & Noble before. I was a little nervous when I first walked in, but it's nice and very like spread out. After getting a drink at Starbucks, I love looking at the different display tables. I love seeing new covers to me and all of the different colors that they use. Specifically, this book cover caught my attention. I just love the artwork and the contrasting colors they used. And I see that they have Wayward out in paperback. I have debated reading this book for so long now, but dang girl, she's thick. I didn't realize how thick she was. I love how bright this table is. Ooh, I see the Rabbit Hutch, which I read last year and was so weird, but I literally can't stop thinking about it. I just finished reading Now Is Not the Time to Panic. It was pretty cute. Oh, also Same Time Next Summer. I just finished that recently. I read The True Love Experiment in March and absolutely loved it. I really want the paperback, but I don't need the paperback. I also got Fangirl Down in a recent haul for my birthday. I am super excited to read it. Also, tell me if I should read this series. Is it worth it? I can't decide. This is freaking cute. You should feel how heavy it is. Read this series. It's so good. This is actually the 5th or 6th. So read the first ones first, but so good. Also, Julia Cross is an indie author and like picked up by these giant bookstores. This is a loud Barnes & Noble. Something really exciting about this is Julia Cross is actually an indie author, so it's really exciting to see her books getting better known and better recognized and being in big bookstores like Barnes & Noble. After perusing some more, I saw the sequel to A Proposal They Can't Refuse, which I really enjoyed reading last year. I am debating on reading the sequel. Y'all, check out these sprayed edges. That's kind of fun. Have you read this book? Is it worth it? These sprayed edges are so pretty. They're like metallic blue, like metallic ice blue. I recently got the book One Dark Window, the book previous to this one, and I'm very excited to read it. I love seeing Kimberly Lemming in bookstores, but I don't think I'll be getting the new covers because they are just a little too much for me. And we're back. I got myself a tea, just unsweet black tea, and the books that we're looking for are the Shatter Me novels. No. Shatter Me Novelettes short story collection, I don't know, and then probably the rest of that series because I'm doing a buddy read with 2 of my friends and we literally went through the first book in 3 days. So we're cruising through that series already, so let me see if we have it. So we have this one, so let's look for the other 2. The last one of this one, thank goodness, because also Destroy Me is the next book that we're reading, so if I didn't find this I would have to get the ebook, which is fine, but like physical books are more exciting for this. So grateful that they have all of these. At the other Barnes & Nobles, they only had like each short story by itself. So instead of like 2 in 1, they only had each one separately. So I'm excited that they have all of these. Look how pretty it is. Okay, wow, that's gonna be painful for my wallet, but the next book that I want to look for is Next of Kin. Hannah Bonham Young is releasing her books again, another indie author turned published author, or traditionally published author. And at the last Barnes & Noble, when I looked for my birthday, they didn't have it, but she said that they had it at all of the other Barnes & Nobles in San Antonio. So that's the next book we're looking for, and that is in adult romance. Here it is. Although the cover is like shiny. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Can you see it? But I love the art. And look, you can kind of see the edges, how they're kind of like frayed or cut weirdly. Okay. I have been on the fence about this series for so long. Let me know in the comments if I should finally read it or not. I got the goods, plus a few extras that were not at the last Barnes & Noble that I went to for my birthday shopping spree, so I ended up grabbing them, but I'm gonna go home and then I'll give you guys a little haul. Hello friends, it is quite a few hours later. I drove home, had dinner, got ready for bed, and it's time to show you what I got. So first things first, I went for this book in specific because I am doing a buddy read of the Shatter Me series. We finished Shatter Me last night, and like my friends are already jumping into the novellas because they have all of the books already. For one friend, it's a reread of the series except for the last novella, and for another friend, she's read like the first book or two. So everyone had all these books already, so I was like scrambling to get this. I'm already on page 61. I just read a little bit while I was eating dinner. So I got Unite Me, which is Destroy Me and Fracture Me novellas together. Earlier today I said novelette. I know exactly why I said that, which is because I was in Nashville last weekend for a bachelorette party, and my friend Sonia and I went to the store called Novelette. Really super cute. Just tons of fun, but I don't know why I could not really remember the word for novel. Oh my gosh, for novella. Next, I got the other two novellas of the Shatter Me series, which is Shadow Me and Reveal Me, put together in the collection called Find Me. So I already own the first three books in the series, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me, but at the rate that we're reading these books, I just didn't know when I would go into town next because I don't live in a city. Every now and then my job takes me into the city, but since I'm a nanny, it kind of varies. Their schedule's always changing, and I'm not guaranteed to go into the city. So I decided to get the next three books in the series, Restore Me, Defy Me, and Imagine Me. Look at how pretty they are. I've always loved these covers. Always. And then I got the last novella or novelette of this series, which is Believe Me. So this, I don't know if you noticed this, I was so confused, so maybe some of you know this. So one thing I noticed is that the main books in the series have their eyes open, like the full-length novels, right? And then the novelettes, the novellas, have their eyes closed. But this is technically a novella, but the eyes is open. So I don't know, that really, it didn't bother me, but I'm just like really curious as to why. I guess because it's the very last one. But anyway, if you know why, please let me know. I'm very curious. Okay, and I don't know what I did with them, so I'll just talk to you about them and overlay some footage. But I was able to find Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm very excited. One of my friends, Autumn, who I'm actually doing the Shatter Me buddy read with, she got out on a limb for me last year, and it was a really fun read. I really enjoyed it. I ended up annotating it because I enjoyed it so much. So she and another friend of mine love Hannah Bonham Young, and Hannah Bonham Young's new cover for Next of Kin recently came out, so I really wanted to get that. The next book I got was Women of Troy by Pat Barker. I read Silence of the Girls last year, and really enjoyed it. It's not the easiest of reads, but I am just obsessed with Greek mythology, and I really like the way that she wrote it, how raw and to the point it was, and from the perspective of the women. So I'm very excited to read Women of Troy. I tried to get this in my birthday haul, which I've mentioned quite a few times, so I'll make sure to link it for you guys. The cover was shiny, which would not match the cover of the Silence of Girls that I had, and that bothered me a lot, but this Barnes & Noble had a cover that was like matte, so it would match my other book. So I ended up grabbing it, and I'm very excited to read it and to have it in my collection. Also, I ended up getting a few journals, a few notebooks. I probably already have like a gazillion of these, but I got this for the sole purpose of tracking my physical TBR. I follow and am friends with Alexis in Wonderland on TikTok, and she does this physical TBR update every week where she tracks the number of books she has at the beginning of the week, the number of books she reads during the week, and the number of books she acquires during the week, and then like keeps track of her TBR that way. And I really want to start doing that and like holding myself accountable. Not only do I really enjoy it, I think it's really interesting to see the process. I just think it would be kind of fun to do and to keep myself accountable, and there might be someone else who's interested in it too. So I'm going to start trying to do that every week. All right, my friends, that is my impromptu bookish shopping spree and haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.